So, a couple of weeks back, I tried something new at an event I was running. And although the event was a success, I'd seen personal growth. I came away feeling moody, discouraged, disappointed, and with all of those phrases in my head like, I don't like leading things, I'll never want to do this again, simply because of how I'd responded to some comments that those who attended had made. They hadn't intended them to be particularly negative, but I'd taken them fully to heart. So, in this video, I'm going to have a look at how we can respond creatively to criticism or comments from others that affect us negatively. So, the story doesn't end with I never want to do this again. I'm Ruth, life and leadership coach with Living Courageously, where we are all about equipping you to live a courageous life with resilience, courageous hope, and creativity. And we do that through one-on-one and team coaching, through training on key life and leadership topics like cultural awareness, emotional agility, and going through change and transition healthily, and also through speaking, giving seminars or speaking at events that you might be running on matters that most matter to you and your teams. So, who's journeying with you as you step into a courageous life right now? Get in touch if you'd like to explore how we could partner together. Okay, so moody, stressed, I never want to do this again. What can we do to change ourselves around from that situation into getting ready to go again? Well, a couple of years back when we moved into a new house, I was thinking about how to decorate. And one of the key pieces of advice that I found through reading different decoration books and interior designers was don't receive advice from someone whose house you don't like. Which did make me laugh, admittedly, but it made me realize that sometimes we can receive all criticism as if it's equally weighted from anyone who gives it to us. Actually, there's a real wisdom in thinking about whose voice matters most to me. And it might be in this situation or in this sphere of my life or in this shape. Look at other people's lives. What kind of lives are they living? What kind of leaders are they? What do they carry within them in their character and their experience that you want to receive from, or actually that you could kind of leave behind because they're going for a different style to what you are? So, the first idea would be to filter out whose voice matters most and decide which kind of criticism from who matters most that you want to pay heed to. The second thing that I was thinking about was in that case, when you've discovered whose voice matters most, hey, what are the ideas that they're bringing that you could take forward into the future? Listen hard, open your eyes and your heart from, oh no, I've been criticized mode into, hey, people are giving me ideas. This could save me a lot of time. And it's perhaps something that I didn't come up with when I was slaving over this, overthinking it beforehand, in my case. So, again, that openness to collaborate and receive the ideas. So, reframing criticism to collaboration. Which brings me to point three, again, a kind of reframing point, which is sometimes we can see criticism as a desire to be negative in the room and pull back from being a part of the team that's contributing positively, when actually, for some folks that are on our team, what they're giving that we're receiving as criticism is actually their desire to have a voice in the project, to carry more weight, to take responsibility and to own it together with us. Actually, maybe we didn't include them in the ideation phase at the beginning of the project. And so this is where they're giving ideas and comments and, hey, we could try this, or what about this, or why didn't we do it that way? So maybe this is a sign of the people who you could bring in earlier in the process next time around to be a part of the load-bearing group. So again, reframing from criticism to, hey, these are people who want to be a part of influencing how we do this in the future and carrying weight with me. Next point would be the fact that as humans, we are often negatively biased. One of the things that anyone working in emotional agility and self-awareness in that space would tell us is that we have a negativity bias, that oftentimes we're looking through filters at situations and choosing all the negative things and completely ignoring and missing out on the positives. So, put the negatives down. What went really well that you want to celebrate? What even did others comment on that they thought was worth celebrating? And what didn't they criticize? I had a good laugh to myself asking that question of, hey, these things had input, but actually there were a load of things that I was doing that nobody commented on because they just assumed it was happening by itself. Hey, that's a win. That's a success. If it wasn't picked up on, take it as a compliment, take it as an affirmation that that's going well. And finally, just knowing yourself. I know that I can be a bit of a catastrophizer, a bit of an all or nothing. It's either amazing or it's terrible. And that oftentimes, if something has just happened where I felt like I've been brave, I sometimes need to go from courage to comfort before I can go to courage again. And so just taking a moment before evaluating and processing to take a breather, have a rest, get a bit of sleep, and come back freshly to have a look with a bit more positivity and a bit more energy again. Knowing yourself. I mean, how do you need to reboot, refresh, recharge after doing something that's required courage to be able to come back to something with that perspective of positivity again? So, those are some things that came to mind for me. In the comments below, which one of those points resonated most with you? And which one would you like to try out next time you feel that gut-wrenching moment of, oh man, why am I even bothering or what am I even doing? Which one would you like to bring into that situation for a fresh perspective? And what did I miss? I'd love to hear what your learning has been in this space of how we get our resilience built up to keep going in the face of what we perceive to be, or what might have been, criticism. Uh, keep living courageously. See you next time.